everyone, and welcome to Sunrise Tarot. My name is Leah, and today I will be doing a reading for the sign of Sagittarius for the month of April 2024. I hope all my beautiful Sag friends are doing well. Do let me know in the comment section how things are going for you. As you know, this is a general reading, so there will be parts that may not resonate with you. Only take the parts that do and leave the rest for someone else. So let's get right into this. In the past position, we have the Page of Wands, clarified by the Magician. In the obstacle position, we have the two tens, Ten of Cups, clarified by the Ten of Pentacles. Very interesting. In the present position, we have the Nine of Pentacles, clarified by the Eight of Pentacles, which is awesome. And in the future outcome, it does look like you have a decision to make. Two of Swords, clarified by the Chariot. So in the past position, we have the Page of Wands. So you clearly in the past decided to move in a new direction, specifically when doing something you've never done before, in order to manifest, in order to bring things into being. You wanted to manifest more, you wanted to be in control more, you wanted to have that feeling of being in charge so that you would be the primary decision maker and the steward of your life, as they say. You were clearly quite ambitious and determined in order to get your way, in order to get, to achieving your goals, to sticking with your values. You wanted to be better. You wanted to be more independent, more capable. And so it's a good thing to have the Page of Wands in the past position, because it's telling me that you've grown. You've outgrown that old self of you. And so it's important to shed the old self, the old way of doing things, the old thoughts, the old emotions, the old, things. It's important to stop over-identifying with the way things used to be. A lot of times we want to hang on to, our school days, our college days. We want to keep being that person, and it's important to let that person go. Because ultimately, your mission is to learn as much as you can about working with energy in this third dimensional physical world, in this body that you have, because you're learning lessons. You're learning to work with energy. What is an emotion? That's energy in motion, and it has to flow through you. The same way when you drink water and you're peeing it out, it flows through you. If an emotion comes in but it doesn't go out, then it gets suppressed, and things are harder to manifest. But you've learned that lesson. You've understood how to take control, to take charge, to bring things into being in this physical world. Now, in the obstacle position, you have the Ten of Cups, which is a wish fulfilling card. It's an extremely positive card. Even when it does appear in the obstacle position, it still is such a positive card that there's not as much negative aspects to it. However, clearly with the Ten of Cups, and especially the Ten of Pentacles in the clarifying position, it tells me that you wish to have more fulfilling connections with your loved ones, with people that are your relatives or maybe your friends, someone that you consider quite important. And so it's important to remember that when you want to have a deeper connection, a stronger connection, you have to remember that everyone is on their own timeline. They learn lessons in their on their own timeline. So that sometimes doesn't mesh with your timeline, which means, it's almost like it has to separate and then come back together to move forward. But sometimes people need to go off on their own to learn the lessons that life will present with them. And once, they learned the lessons, then they're able to incorporate them and shed their old self and adopt their new perspective. And then that is something you could relate to. But when you have the Ten of Cups and the Ten of Pentacles in the obstacle position, it definitely tells me that there's some kind of lack of harmony when it comes to emotions in the family unit, in the family circle, in the friend circle. Maybe sometimes, people consider their friends more of their family than the actual family. So it's important to see where that lack of balance, where energy blockage occurs. Every chakra on your body corresponds with different things. For example, if you're grieving and there's too much grief and you're not letting go of that grief, then your heart chakra gets blocked. And if your heart chakra gets blocked, the energy cannot flow freely through the body. If you sometimes have like self-deception issues going on, then the throat chakra gets blocked, where it's difficult to communicate and get what you want from that communication. So again, your primary focus should be on you and the balance within you. As psychics, for example, we do this phenomenon called a protection rose. A protection rose, it's a flower. Why a rose? Because a rose has the same frequency as the human body as well. Sorry, I had to motion my cat away. And I think the Egyptians used the understanding of rose as symbolizing the soul. The longer the stem, the older the soul. The smaller the stem, the younger the soul. Anyway, that's a different conversation. But so as psychics, they teach us to have a protection rose outside of your aura bubble. There's your body. The body is surrounded by an aura, which is like a bubble, like a fish tank or something, like you can imagine it, visualize it that way. And outside of it, there is a rose as large as your body, so as tall as you are, like human size rose, right? And we call it a protection rose. So we set the intention when we, go out into the public and dealing with other people, that protection rose will suck up all the energy of the other person, meaning that our aura bubble doesn't get pricked or damaged, because the aura bubble can be damaged. It can be scratched, it can be poked through, and so it's up to you to keep that intact, and there's other exercises for that. But the protection rose sucks up the energy that could affect you negatively, and so that definitely helps with emotions. So I always have the protection rose, and when the protection rose gets too full, you put a little device under it, imaginatively of course, and it blows it up. And so then you put in a new protection rose, fresh one, that will act like a sponge of foreign energy, I should say that. But definitely with the Ten of Cups and Ten of Pentacles, there's some kind of, it seems to me that there's some kind of obligations and responsibilities that there's a disagreement about. Maybe you expected someone you trusted to do something, they didn't. Maybe they allowed something to fall through. But there seems to be a connection between your emotions and the maybe lack of responsibility on someone else's part. So again, it's up to you to keep your high vibration intact. You should be protecting your high vibration at all costs. We are in the middle of eclipses season. We have have the solar eclipse tomorrow. We have the Jupiter-Uranus conjunction on April 20th. This is it. So this is the best time to keep your high vibration as long as you can. And even if your vibration gets lowered, it's okay, because the next day is a new chance, new life. You start with a new outlook, right? A new chance to get things right. So that's important to remember. Now, in the present position, you have an incredible combination: Nine of Pentacles and Eight of Pentacles, which it definitely is telling me that some of you may be taking a little bit of a vacation to enjoy life, to kind of spoil yourself a little bit, pamper yourself a little bit. But overall, the month of April is very strong when it comes to your finances, having security, having stability in your life. You are going to be admired as well, because you will be doing really, really well, especially as we enter the conjunction between Uranus and Jupiter. That will allow you to, it'll bring new opportunities to you. That's why you've got the Chariot, because some decisions are going to have to be made by you. But your outlook overall is looking very positive and very good. You will feel very strong, very powerful. You'll feel like you have a good mental grasp on things. You'll feel, reliant on yourself. You'll feel like you've achieved a high level of independence as well. You know what you want, basically, and how to get it with this combination. You understand the value of hard work and staying committed to the task at hand, and really kind of learning and pushing through and kind of completing everything you set your goals on. So overall, the stability of this month is going to help you feel more elevated. Also, good news are coming to you financially, some kind of a good news that will allow you to financially even do better than expected. Now, like I've previously mentioned, you do have a decision coming up, because you have the Two of Swords in the future outcome position. The Two of Swords is a card that's going to make you kind of do a double take. You're going to be thinking quite significantly about this. But again, remember, overthinking leads to problems. It's okay to think, it's okay to rationalize, it's okay to use your logic. All those gifts are given to us and need to be utilized. But the moment you start crossing over into the overthinking territory, you got to turn on the conditioning tape inside your mind. The conditioning tape inside your mind should be saying, my life is going well, things come easily to me, my friendships flow with my energy, I am easily able to simplify different things in order to accomplish my goals. Like, you have to stay somewhat general when you speak positively. I just usually, if I don't have any time, I'll just say, my life is going well, things are working out great, things come easily to me. My life is working out well, things come easily. Like, it's like 3 or 4 sentences, and I'll put them in repeat in my mind. And the more you train your mind, the easier it becomes. But this definitely, this decision is going to be regarding an irresistible goal that's coming within reach. You are going to be able to reach something you've always wanted. So this is going to be really great for you. The Chariot brings a new opportunity. And so it's going to be up to you to seize the moment. The answer is yes. You'll figure it out as you go. You don't need to have all the answers up front. But definitely, one little hesitation is you want to understand all the conditions. You want to understand all the conditions. You want to understand what is expected from this opportunity. If there's something you don't know, you can learn it. If there's something you need to acquire, you will acquire it. But just double check. There should be a little bit of a hesitation when it comes to understanding all the conditions of this opportunity. But it's going to be a big one. It's what you call a big mama opportunity to help you achieve the goal that you've always wanted to achieve. And you're fully capable, Sagittarius. You've got the brains, you've got the stamina, the discipline, you understand what needs to be done. You are incredibly self-sufficient, self-reliant. You have a good mind and heart. So this is the opportunity you've been waiting for. Definitely carpe diem that thing. Anyway, let's see what the Angel and Ancestor Oracle card has for us, and we've got Snake, shed old skin. Definitely you are leveling up. Your standards are rising. That means, it's like there's only so much room, right? And so it's important to keep shedding. The more of your old identity you shed, the better it is for you going forward. When you shed an old identity, it can feel like you're letting go of something forever. That's not true. You're shedding the old identity in order to create room for more. You are in a physical body which is limiting. You don't have 5 arms and 5 legs. You only have 2 arms and 2 legs. Therefore, there's only so much more that as a physical being, and you're not a physical being, you're a spiritual being having a temporary physical experience, but as a physical being, in the physics of the being, there's only so much room. Your mind is the universe. Your soul has a knowledge of the universe within it. But in the physical being, there's only so much room, so you have to shed. Sometimes we over-identify with something we did in college. Sometimes we over-identify with something we did in school. Sometimes we over-identify something we did as children. It's important to stop over-identifying with it and letting it go, and identifying with something new, and then trying that on for a while and seeing how that feels, and maybe keeping that around for a while, but then shedding that. Shedding is important for evolutionary purposes. Your soul evolves, your thinking evolves, and as a result, you benefit from that greatly. Let's see what the Shaman Dream Oracle card has for us. And we have Will-o'-the-Wisp, treasures hidden in the shadows, which is absolutely very important to remember. A lot of times people think that emotions that stay in the shadow, like anger, embarrassment, self-doubt, shame, whatever else, negative emotion, like shadowy emotion, can be gossiping, creating, like stirring the pot, whatever. A lot of times people think those are all absolutely terrible emotions, but they all have utility. They all have messages that they carry. And when you learn how to work with the shadowy emotions and how to extract the messages from them, you basically get gold. When you face difficult emotions, when you do something that, is a bit of a difficult process, that's where the true knowledge is. Your success is with something you don't want to address. And there are many different things for many different people that they don't want to address. So start looking there, and you will see that the more you sort of face it, sit with it, process it, and then put it in the little wooden boat, push it away, so that it gets carried down the river. That's how you let things go. The more you'll understand the beauty of the process. I also pulled the Energy Oracle card as well, and we've got envy. Very interesting. So, double check your motivations, double check your intentions. You don't want something because someone else has it. It's important to remember everyone is on their own timeline, everyone is on their own journey. So, it seems a lot of times, oh, I saw that person driving this down the street and he had a Lamborghini. What you don't know is that person might only have $20 of gas in that Lamborghini and a negative balance in the bank, but hey, they value that showiness, right? So it's important to really be smart about wanting different things. But for some reason, the vibration I'm getting from the envy card is not that you are envious of someone, but in fact that someone is envious of you, that someone says your name and that your name comes out of their mouth because there's something that you do that has worked out for you. You figured out the energy work, you figured out the understanding of something, but this other person hasn't. And so I am getting the vibration that someone is looking at you rather than you looking at another person. I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, please do like, share, and subscribe. Thank you so much for visiting my channel. It's such an honor to read for you. I hope you enjoy the eclipse tomorrow, April 8th. It's going to be a very pivotal moment. I am going to be doing a lot of energy work in the morning. I will be doing a lot of energy work in the evening, and it's also advised to do some rituals. But I would suggest from my own personal experience to only do rituals that, reinforce the light, that reinforce positivity and stuff like that. So focus on positive things, like bringing in more laughter, bringing more kindness, generosity, and love into your life. I hope you enjoyed this reading. Like I've said before, it really does matter when you hit the like button. It does wonders for my channel. So thank you so much, everyone, and I'll see you in the next one.